What we call the planets in astrology is not really related to the celestial planetary objects in our solar system. So it is actually practical not to try to connect the two and to think them as completely separate. So what we call planets are really symbols that stand for a certain type of energies that make our overall personality. We start with the largest one, the sun, just as the sun, the astronomical sun, is the heart of our solar system. The astrological sun stands for our inner star. So I would call that the lead actor or actress of our movie or of our life. And the best way to look at those planets are really as the rest of the planets are really as in to look at them in their supporting role to the sun. So we have this entity that is coming here to fulfill a certain function, to have certain purpose for this lifetime, and we bring certain qualities, skills, abilities, tools. A good metaphor is if you think of a celebrity, a Hollywood celebrity, and you're that celebrity, and perhaps you're actor or an actress, and the sun will actually reflect the roles that you naturally excel, the roles in which you can shine and you can perform at best. But you can't really do it all alone. So we start with the moon, which is your mom, or if you're a Hollywood celebrity, that will be your therapist. You go there for comfort, for care, for emotional security, when you're distraught, when you're disturbed, to hear that it is okay, that you're safe, protected. You get your feelings soothed and comforted. It certainly helps with a lot of the irrational self concerns, all those things that you can't just argue, but we just feel. And because of that, also it relates to habits. We tend to fall onto something that we know that gives us comfort. So habits are actually related to comfort, and you'll see that the moon is the symbol that stands for that. You can think of it as its motto telling you all you need is love. But with only that, you can't really make it big in Hollywood and become the celebrity, the huge celebrity that you wish. You will need your father, or in the celebrity case, that will be a coach. Well, if you're an actor, that could be your acting coach. But if you're more of an athlete or celebrity who is coming from the sports fields, that could be your athletic coach. Or your dad, if you're the Williams' sister, or Andre Agassi. So we have all those examples from real life. You can see it's not that far-fetched to think about it, but that will be Saturn. The purpose, the symbol of Saturn is there, stands for all the forces that teach us how to build skills, how to acquire skills, to build strength, endurance, to create structures around us to support us. The forces, the agents that force us to keep going with hard work, so that we can overcome our insecurities, that we take up responsibilities and we persevere. The motto here will be do your best. Or a lot of times Saturn wants to be critical, so you can say the motto could be also you can do better. We'll get to that later when we go to more details into our astrological charts. What else would a celebrity, a Hollywood celebrity, have? Well, the agent. You need that agent to find the roles that fits you best, that shine, that make you shine the best, that they can actually play to your own strength. So that will be the role served by Jupiter. Jupiter is your advocate. It's the eternal optimist. That's where you actually tend to be naturally optimistic, having faith in yourself. It brings opportunities, and it's always the agent for growth. It always encourages to expand. There's this expansionist quality in Jupiter. It always says, yes, you can do it. More, the better. Yes, you can. Don't sell yourself short. Of course, if you're budding Hollywood star, you'll find yourself, and if you find yourself having some success, you need some extra people around you. You will need your publicist because you'll be in a position where you have to give interviews. There'll be paparazzi sitting outside your home trying to take a picture. Scrutinizing all the clothes you're wearing and all those things. So Venus is that publicist. She is your publicist. She is your antenna for what is attractive and also what has value for you, what is worth, what is pretty. Venus helps you getting along with people, knowing what to say, how to be pleasing, nice. It thrives through relations, and you can get a lot of things through relating to other people. That's how you can get things together. It governs our attractions. It also shows us what we are attracted to, but also how we attract others, in what way we can make ourselves most attracted. It relates to what we like, what our values are. It also is about luxuries. Think about it. If you have to put that fancy makeup or put on some beautiful clothes so you can make yourself attractive, you will need to have the money or the resources. So there, Venus is also related to the luxuries or the means, the money, the possessions, the trinkets. Not so much as a status, but more as having access to beauty and making ourselves attractive. And because we simply like those things, we find them beautiful. So in a sense, Venus is the Andy McDowell, if you have seen that commercial where she says, because I'm worth it. So that is your Venus. Venus says you are worth it. You're beautiful, you're charming, you deserve it. You can have all the luxuries and the pretty things and the trinkets and the beautiful things in life because you are that thing. You are beautiful and charming and you're worth it. You, of course, will need a bodyguard, and that's where Mars steps in. Mars is the symbol of the protection, the strength. That's where you find the courage. This is how you find yourself defending yourself, but you also defend others. So Mars is very protective there, but it's very physical and very kind of brute force, and it's about prowess and just go out there and do it. Not much self-aware or really caring about others. It's more about this explosive self-expression of yourself, going and doing things, no cowering, standing up for yourself, for others too. Mercury would be your personal assistant. You're busy, you need someone to do your dry cleaning or send all those thank you cards for your birthday party. So you hire that person. Mercury is chatty, likes gossiping. It's a wizard with social media, so it's all about writing and speaking and running errands and bringing news to you, right? Likes gossiping. So this is where you're super curious about everything around you and you want to learn about it. You also want to tell about it. There's that underlying curiosity. When I came here to Mars and Mercury, I couldn't really come up with a motto for them. The way I picture Mars is this brooding, forbidding bodyguard. And so I couldn't picture Mars saying anything, so I couldn't come up with any phrase. Mercury, on the other hand, was just too chatty. Just one phrase could not fit Mercury. I don't think Mercury has a phrase. Mercury is just up for gossiping all day and chatting nonstop, so I couldn't really give you any motto here as I did for the other planets. But so here is your supporting the people who support you in your acting career. Remember, you start with that central sun, your identity that is here, has gotten a role in a major movie, and you're putting your best. It could be the leading actor or actress. It doesn't have to be a leading. It could be, remember, Oscars are given to supporting actors too, who can frequently steal the spotlight from the lead actor. So it's not about who gets the girl or who gets to boss everybody within the script of the movie, but it's more about who is the best aligned with their own character. You could be a janitor or the lowest person in the managerial ladder in a big business if that's the movie. But if you align yourself, that identity with your character that you decided and you agreed to play, that is when you get the awards, right? And the award goes to whoever is best, the person best aligned with their solar energy. But then, after you get the award, something happens. Well, first of all, if the fame happens overnight, that's the sudden breakthrough. Look for Uranus. Uranus is the symbol of those sudden changes, the breakthroughs, the person who were no one night and they woke up and they were like famous. Like the two obscure musicians who put the YouTube movie, went out for a minute, came back, and then they found like millions and millions of viewers on YouTube. Or the middle-aged Scottish woman who sang a song and then the entire world now knew how awesome she was. So this is Uranus for... It could be overwhelming. We all want to have our big breakthrough, but if you don't have all the other support around yourself, if you don't have the moon to keep you grounded and to give you that emotional security in yourself, if you don't have Saturn who has taught you all the skills that you need and the structures to have to support you through that. If you don't have the Venus, you publicist, to make sure that you look good and you don't you don't say something accidentally wrong during interviews, or Mars to protect you from the paparazzi or the stalkers, Mercury to run all your errands. When you're famous, you might not even have, you lose you lose your privacy, right? You can't even go and buy toothbrush because everybody is gonna know and discuss it on the social media the next day. So it could be very overwhelming when you have that breakthrough, and that's what Uranus brings. It brings you the fame and the breakthrough. It can give you fame, and that's where you find your originality, your sense of freedom, uniqueness, but also notoriety, right? Uranus is like, hey, any fame works, for good or for bad. Now you're famous, congratulations. It could be the social rebel, and the reason why the social rebel is associated here with Uranus is because Uranus is the driving force to remind you to be yourself. Up to here, you have acquired some habits through Saturn, you know how to present yourself through Venus, and have done a lot of things to get to this crowning moment when you now are the star and Hollywood celebrity, and you have got the Oscar, the Academy Award. But along the process, many of us have to make compromises between who we truly are and what the society or life expects, or different situations. And so Mars is there to keep us on our toes and to make sure that we don't lose ourselves in this movie. This is still a movie, and this is not who you are. Yes, you're most aligned with the character, but in the end of the day, you'll have to take off the clothes, turn off the lights, and go home, right? And the next month, you're going to have another movie, so with a different script. So Uranus says, hey, yes, congratulations, but this is not who you truly are, who you are. So it always encourages you to be yourself. Neptune is the focus of the inspiration. This is where we start thinking about mystic experiences, but also escapism. Right, this is where we recognize that our inspiration comes from out of this world. That's why musicians struggle so much with drug addiction, alcohol abuse. It's that aspect of finding that your artistic self taps from sources at the outside our world, and it's so easy to lose your balance. Neptune can make us somewhat confused sometimes because it makes us open to all those other impressions from the other world. We can find different ways to escape from this world through not productive ways like addiction, drug, alcohol. Could be even food or book, reading books. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you grab onto some activity that gets you escape or check out of this world. That is the negative aspect of Neptune. But Neptune, in a positive, harmonious way, makes us open to spirituality, embracing that there's more to us than just the physical body. And that's where the ideas come from, the inspiration. So Neptune reminds us that there is more. And finally, Pluto. after all the drug addictions of those celebrities or any troubles, eventually a day comes when they say, okay, I'm going to check myself into rehab and make and recover. So that's where the Pluto forces are. They're the ones that help us pull ourselves out of the ashes of the old as a phoenix and transform ourselves. Pluto shows us where our true power is. So it's about transformation, truth, power. And the Pluto motto is, you are more than what you think you are.